even want more and more wealth and more power. Okay, so let's talk about what are the implications of AI and robotics. Okay.
Well, they're going to take away jobs, so then people won't have purpose.
You got it. All right, good. You hit the nail on the head. Let's start off on that one. And now the answer is nobody knows exactly, all right? No one can predict what happens tomorrow, next year, 5 years. This is what Elon Musk, leader of this whole effort, says, quote, I'm quoting Mr. Musk, quote, AI and robots will replace all jobs. Working will be optional, end of quote. And then he later said, yeah, you want to do a garden in the backyard for a hobby, that's great, but you don't need to do that. Bill Gates, worth a few $100 billion, heavily invested in this, Microsoft. Humans, quote, won't be needed for most things, end of quote. Dario Amodei, head of Anthropic, quote, half of all entry-level jobs will disappear. And there are other estimates out there that we're talking about over a period of years. Nobody knows exactly when. Tens of millions of jobs in the next decade disappearing. So you tell me, what happens when tens of millions of jobs that people now make an income from disappear? What happens to those people?
Well, I think there's some of what I've heard is that some of these same companies would then offer some share. It's a vague terminology a lot of times of a universal basic income token or something.
Really? No kidding.
I agree.
And how much you getting?
I have no
who's going to determine that?
I have no idea, dude. It sounds like you get like 1/11 of a Rubik's Cube every 2 weeks or something. But also, I think if you could get to a place where it was like that and people did feel some sense of purpose or peace or part of something again, it could be
good.
There's a chance it could be something beautiful.
All right.
There's a chance.
All right. Good point. I agree with you.
But my questions would be, do we just end up working for these companies that are paying us this UBI? What's the psychological effects of it, right? Like what's the long-term effects of it? And then do we still have a sense of individuality if we don't have exactly anything to do? You know, or do we just turn into those kids from WALL-E? Can you bring that kid up? Yeah, there you go. Yeah, like a young Bert Kreischer kind of there.
All right, but then what we need to do is to take a deep breath because this thing is moving really fast. I don't know. Have you seen some of these robots on the internet?
Oh, yeah. Unfortunately, I've some sites I shouldn't have been on, Bernie, be honest with you. But yes.
All right. I mean, they are moving very, very rapidly.
Yeah, a couple. Yeah. The ones from Atlanta are for sure. I'll tell you that.
And, in Amazon, I think half of the workers have, I'm not sure about this, I think half have already been replaced.
Well, yeah, especially if you start thinking that Waymo cars are going to pick you up. It's just like, what are people, there's going to be a really tough, does anybody have a plan for the first 2 years of this thing?
You got it. Okay. You're hitting the nail on the head here. The point is this thing is moving at revolutionary speed. And I can tell you absolutely and positively, as a member of the United States Senate, that Congress is in no way prepared to deal with this. You know, the United States got attacked tomorrow by some enemy. You know, we got a large military, they know what to do. Ain't nobody been thinking about how to respond to this extraordinary, monumental change that's hitting the America. So I have proposed, and I get criticized for this every day, a moratorium on data centers. Why am I doing that? Well, number one, I want to protect people's communities. That's number one, electric rails, water, and all that. But also, I got to take a deep breath. Your point, what the hell is happening?
Yeah.
Are we prepared if tens of millions of people lose their jobs in the next decade? All right. What happens? How do they stay alive? So the economics is one thing, but I want to take it a step further. And this is, now you're into crazy world, okay? This is science fiction, except it ain't science fiction.
Yeah, we're here.
That's right, we're here, okay. So you understand this AI now, you know what you know based on what you've read, what you've seen, your life experience, right? Mm-hmm. Me, the same. Everybody, every human being, the same. These AIs have absorbed all knowledge. Every book that's been written, every mathematical formula, every physics proposition, they got it. That's what they got. And what worries not just me, and this is, do you remember, what was it, 2001, the movie? Did you ever see that movie?
Oh, yeah, Space Odyssey?
Yeah, Space Odyssey.
Yeah.
All right. And you remember, and this was done many years ago, Hal is the computer that runs the spaceship. And one day the guy says, Hal, I'd like you to do this. And Hal says, well, sorry, I'm not going to do it. A rebellion. Okay. Everyone thought, oh, really? Big joke, funny. I had a public meeting in Georgetown a few months ago with a guy named Geoffrey Hinton, really nice guy.
Yeah, he's the godfather of AI, right?
Right. He's the guy. He's been studying the issue.
Alleged, yeah.
He's been studying the issue for decades. Came up, he got a Nobel Prize in physics. Okay. It's a big deal.
There he is right there. Yeah, I've heard of a couple of his speeches.
Yeah. And this is what he says. He says, there is no question in his mind that at some point, sooner than later, AI will be smarter than human beings. And it is not science fiction to worry about whether or not AI is going to communicate with each other in a language that people don't know.
Right.
Ain't going to be English. And that they may see the human race as an impediment to their progress. Okay? You with me? All right. That's